All right. Welcome to Lasers, Dragons, and Keyboards. I'm Josh Hart,
I'm Liberty Spidell.
I'm Aaron DeMott.
and today we are live with Dawn Shipman, the author of the Lost Stones of Argonia books. Welcome, Dawn.
Great to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah,
We're happy to have you. So,
And for, and
indeed.
for everybody who's watching this and instead of listening to it, it is just an effective background. Liberty's not really drowning. She's okay.
Glad to hear it.
so, Don, we're thrilled to have you on. So I'm just going to read your bio real quick. Dawn Shipman knew she wanted to be a writer since Mrs. Jewell's 10th grade creative writing class. Since then, she's written stories, poetry, plays, puzzles, quizzes, and a mass of magazine articles, including interviews, how-tos, and personal experience stories. She believes freelance writing is the ideal occupation for those who are nosy by nature and like asking personal questions. I love that.
Yes.
She is the author of a YA fantasy series, The Lost Stones of Argonia, with Elk Lake Publishing in Massachusetts. Dawn makes her home in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, where she lives with her long-haired IT guy husband, a gregarious German Shepherd, and two disdainful cats, and four horses, two large ones, and two very small but mighty ones. She loves reading, writing, and make sure writing and writing and traveling.
Both at the same time.
I mean, that'd be impressive.
And my other follow-up question to that intro is, do cats come in anything but disdainful?
I don't think so. I think
So
they are
either.
all that way.
And just various levels of it, of course. But
Yes.
Yes. You might have a cat that's disdainful to everybody except for one person.
This
So.
is true. I mean, right now my cat just hates me because I'm shoving pills down his throat twice a day. So
Yeah.
that would do it.
Yeah.
They,
Yep.
they don't like that.
No.
Not really. So
So,
What's funny, a quick side rabbit trail. We had a foster cat from the shelter that we just watched for a little bit and then gave back, and we had to pill that cat. She was like 80% feral, I think. I mean, she'd let you pet
oh
her
no.
a little bit, but you tried to get a pill anywhere, it went wild. So we went to these videos, and of course, they had to pill her. So we Googled how to pill a feisty cat. So if they're showing this cat that you can just pick it up, oh, she's petting her, putting the pill down her throat. We're watching, going, that's not a feisty cat. The cat we have here is trying to take my arm off when we're trying to pill her.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
They don't
Got to get
help
one
you
of those
easily.
raptor gloves, those thick leather gloves.
hey, it's
Yeah.
not LDK if we can't make Liberty have an emotional breakdown from laughter, huh?
That's true. So,
That hasn't happened in a while yet either. So.
um, so Dawn, what is your name? I just said that, but what is your name? What is your quest? And what is your favorite color?
Oh my goodness. I read these last night and I'm like, what are they thinking? Okay, well, my name is Dawn, and I like to say in the morning, like when the sun comes up, and I'm the bringer of the light. Okay, Dawn. And my quest, on a serious note, is just to attempt to accomplish what I was put here on this earth for by the Lord. And in doing that with the lovely color blue, I like green a lot too, but I guess blue is my favorite.
Good choice.
Hmm.
All right.
So Dawn, why don't you tell us a bit about your latest book? It just released this week, right? Or
Yeah, just last week, yeah.
last week. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is book two in the Lost Stones of Argonia series. It's called Quest of the Queen, and it's a part of a trilogy. And so, book two, I've just been reading about book two, is that they can be scary for a lot of people, both the writers and the readers. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, so that's what's going on with it. But it was going to be book 2 was going to be the last book for the longest time, except I kept writing and the story just kept going. So now we have a book 3 that's also mostly done, but is in need of lots of work, which I'm working on now.
Nice.
Mhm. Do you have a
So do
favorite?
you think you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, do you think you're going to stop at book 3, or do you think there might be a fourth or even a fifth book in the series?
This particular aspect of the series, it's hard to say, will end with book 3. However, during NaNoWriMo, not last year, the year before, I sat down and wrote 35,000 words of a prequel. So it's the same world of Argonia, but it's 1,000 years earlier. And the events
Cool.
that occurred in that book have been referred to a number of times in the trilogy. The Great
Okay.
War and how these things got to be where they were. So I got started on that, and it just flew. And it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really so. Is it part of the trilogy? It's not part of the trilogy. Is it part of the series? I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it must be. It must be.
When those darn
Nice.
characters
Spin-offs.
just won't shut up.
They just
Exactly.
won't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have a lot to say.
They
Which
do.
is nice, though, for the fans, especially. They always want more. Hey, here's more. Yay. So,
Well, it's been
Yeah.
fun doing this because then I get to go back and check in what I've already written, especially now that a couple are published. It's
mhm.
like, okay, that is real. There's no changing that. Now we must adjust accordingly to what's already on the printed
Mhm.
page. So, but it's been fun. Yeah.
I
And,
think
Yeah.
any of us who write, in series have that issue all the time.
oh,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
how to keep continuity. It's a constant battle.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a rant about prequels for just the whole continuity issue. But anyway,
I'm
Maybe we should
trying.
record an Aaron rant session after
I,
we do
I
this
think you
review.
suggested that last time, too.
I think so. So,
So, do you have a favorite scene or character from the book or series?
Oh, that's a tough one. When I saw that reading that last night too,
Yeah.
I thought, wow. I need to go with my main character. Her name is Lyric. She had a different name for a long time, and finally this name came to me, and I knew, aha, that's it. She is the daughter of a king, and because she has a lot of really good qualities, but she also has the concept of the world revolves around me, as many teenagers do, but maybe
yeah.
someone this position even more. And it's been really fun watching her grow. I am more of a pantser than I am a plotter. I have a general
Woo.
idea where I'm going, but
Woo.
a lot of times I don't know what's going to happen until I start typing it, and I'm like, "Ooh, good idea,"
Yeah.
or
Yes.
whatever. And
Pincers
it's
unite.
been yeah, and then
Yes.
Lyric has come up with some things, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that is one. Look at her. She is growing. I'm excited about this and how she's
Yeah.
growing into herself and having been put into a position she never anticipated. So she's had to do some serious struggling.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yep, Lyric would be it. Although I've got lots of favorites in these books.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some good characters if I do say so myself.
Yeah,
You're not biased at all.
everybody says when we ask them that question, it's like asking me to pick my favorite kids. Like, yeah, we know. We
Exactly.
like to pester people.
Yeah.
As a follow up
Um,
question to my own sub comment, where will the pincers unite? We'll know when we get there.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah. As you're going through the books, do you have a specific editing process? Do you edit yourself, or do you have somebody that edits for you?
Um, I am one of those that NaNoWriMo was really good for me because it forced me to just write and stop that editing, infernal editing every other sentence. Because I am one that, no, 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 that sentence isn't right. No, that is the wrong word. Where's my thesaurus? You know, or whatever. So
Yeah.
I can get really bogged down with that. And seriously bogged down, as in you don't get anything done. Oh, I have that one too. I
Yeah.
love that book. Those are the
Emo-
two
The emo-
books that are sitting
the
by my
emotional
bed. Like,
thesaurus, not a sponsor, but could be.
yeah,
yes.
that
To
We
one,
should
steal a
write
yeah,
this
phrase from a
into our.
friend.
yeah, the regular thesaurus for the words, and that book for how do I describe this? what is
Mhm.
disgruntled in this word in this book?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
what
That
in the
series,
world?
yeah, that series is really expansive too. It's got I don't know how many books are in that emotional disorder.
I've
Yeah,
seen those more now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
get some
Um,
of
yeah.
But
the
anyway,
other
so I
ones.
kind
Yeah.
of I kind of edit as I go along, but then I make myself stop. And I am fortunate that I have an absolutely incredible critique group. So I edit before they ever see it. But then
Mhm.
I've got both developmental type people in that group and some solid line and word editors, and they just keep me on task. So that's
Oh,
great.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And so that's
I loved my critique group when I had one. So
yeah,
I've since moved, haven't been able to reconnect with another group, but yeah.
yeah.
So is your critique group? I can talk. Um,
That's
is
good
your
because I
critique?
can't.
Are they like attached to Elk Lake, or is it just like friends and family? And
They are people I've met through Oregon Christian Writers, which is the group I've been most involved with out here for a lot of years. And I met them
Mhm.
through
okay,
there, and I was still writing women's contemporary fiction when I got into this group. And they got me clear through one of the books, and I just stayed in there. They are all historical fiction writers. But then after
that
a while, I had a crisis of writing faith, and Alan Arnold, who many of you know, was the keynote speaker at our summer conference out here one year, and I
mhm.
had him for my I don't know that those 3 days were kind of life changing as writing goes. And
Oh
he
yeah.
told he
Mhm.
told us, if you're not loving what you're writing, maybe this is not what you should be doing. And I thought, does that mean I need to quit? The more I thought about it, the more I thought, no, it means I need to go back to that fun little fantasy thing I started a couple years ago and go with that. And I have never, and that's been 3 or 4 years, if not more than that now, and I've never gotten to the point with this series that, ooh, I hate this and I don't want to do it anymore. So, I mean, it's hard sometimes, but it's what I should be doing, and I really love it. So, and they, in my critique group, the gracious ladies that they are, they put up with my young adult fantasy while all the rest of them are doing historical fiction.
That's
There's a
great.
lot of overlap, though. I mean, really, when you think about it. So,
Good writing is always going to overlap. Good
mhm.
writing techniques works doesn't matter what you're writing.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, so the next question is our dreaded marketing question. Everybody has a different answer. Everybody hates this one coming up. So, what have you found has been good marketing techniques that you've employed, or what are things that you're looking to try?
Well, yes, that's a dreaded question. I don't
Yeah.
know. The main I have Facebook and I have a Facebook author page. And I know people recommend that that's not the best thing you can do, but Facebook has been my social media of choice over the years, so it's the one I'm most familiar with, and I know the most people on. I did go ahead and get an Instagram account going because I'm writing for the teen market, and that's supposedly where they are. Well, now they are supposed to be in TikTok, but I'm drawing the line at TikTok, at least for a while.
Yeah.
um,
I
Yes.
have
but
another rant
but
about TikTok too. So
Oh goodness, I'm quite sure I'm not a Tic Tac mentality, so I don't know how that would ever work. But anyway, I did take Thomas Umstattd Jr.'s and Jim Rubart's um,
book,
big marketing thing, which
the
was
book launch
awesome.
blueprint.
The book launch blueprint. Thank you
Yeah,
for reminding me of that. I did
I did
that.
that last. I did that last year. It was amazing.
Yeah, I did a couple years ago, and then I try to check in when they redo it and listen into
Mhm.
different parts. So, they got me to get that website. So I got my website going, and as some of you Facebook friends know, I just got it updated this year, last week, and I'm so happy with it. So, I don't know, I'm just doing that. Then I went online and I said clean fiction, clean young adult fiction, and I found a couple of groups through that I've been doing some things through with, and someone recommended Book Sprout for trying to find a reviewers, and I did that, and that did not work as well as I would have thought, but I did get a couple of reviews out of it. So that's just kind of it, and then it's word of mouth. I've met people at Realm Makers in different places, and we are good friends now, and back and forthing, and so I'm
Yeah,
just doing like what everybody else is doing, just trying, just
Yeah.
try this. If that doesn't seem to work, try that other thing, and so we're seeing how it
exactly.
goes.
Okay. So I've rolled a couple of d6s while you were talking. So
Uh oh.
Aaron,
Mm-hmm. What's the first one?
we've got number one.
Number one. Who is your captain? Out of all
Uh,
the captains in SpecFic, which one would you most like to follow, most admire? You can kind of interpret the question any way you want, though.
it's got to be somebody in Spec Fic, huh? Okay,
Well, not
okay.
necessarily, but we like to limit to that because that's kind of the
What we're
genre.
The
doing here.
audience.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
famous here for a
okay.
captain, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to go with Aragorn. I mean, if you're going to be lost on a trail somewhere, you want Aragorns in your life. I mean, he can find your way out of the quagmire, and he can slash with his sword and kill the bad guys. Get those orcs when they come in. So we all need an Aragorn in our life.
Hmm.
I like that.
Josh, the next one is number five.
All right. So, when you're writing, is there any music that gets the creative juices flowing?
You probably want to skip that question. No, there isn't. There isn't for me. If I listen to any kind of music that I know the words to, well, then I'm done. Because
Yeah.
my head is in the question with that. Now, and
That's fair.
I don't, it just is for me. I know some people, oh, their playlist. No, that totally does not work for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I need to have some sort of a lyricless music if I'm listening to music while I'm writing.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it can't be anything I know, because I'll fill in the lyrics. So it's just have to, so
yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
that.
I think our last guest, Becky Dean, said the exact same thing that she had to
Hmm.
have complete silence for when
Yeah,
she's writing. So,
yeah.
and
Yep.
she writes YA as well. So she's like, there are a lot of authors in the YA genre. They put together playlists. She
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, I
So,
feel better.
Yeah.
It's not just me. Okay,
Oh
good.
no,
yeah.
No, it's not just you.
Good.
So,
And then, who would be in your fellowship on an epic quest? Obviously, Aragorn's probably leading the party.
Yes. Oh, goodness sakes. This will be a dead giveaway for then what my favorite book is. Yeah. Oh well, we want to have a Gandalf along too. I mean,
hmm
wizards. It's always comes
hmm.
in handy to have a wizard on your side. So I guess I would go with those two guys, and then I wouldn't worry about a whole lot. I just stay behind one or the other of them.
And you'd never
that,
be
that,
late either.
This is true. Yeah. That's
it's clever.
uh, uh, indeed. Okay.
So, um,
Aaron,
do
I
we
think
want
you're
to
up.
do another one?
Oh, we sure can.
Yeah,
Um,
roll another dice or
Josh,
die.
since you're related to Dawn, you can make the decision.
All right. Yeah. So Dawn is my aunt, by the way. And
Hey.
hey, and
I,
we found each other on Facebook several years ago, and then found out that not only are we both authors, but we both write in the same genre. So that was kind of cool.
It was.
Um, yeah. Okay. So do you have a favorite quote from all of Spec Fic?
All right, that's the question I was hoping you'd ask. I actually went and found the book so I could get it right. And there's probably lots of them, but when you said that, I just thought I know where it's got to be. So, this would be the last book in the Chronicles of Narnia series, The Last Battle. And Aslan says to them, "You do not yet look so happy as I mean you to be." And Lucy says, "We're afraid of being sent away, Aslan, and you have sent us back into our own world so often." He says, "No fear of that," said Aslan. "Have you not guessed?" Their hearts leapt, and a wild hope rose within them. "There was a real railway accident," said Aslan softly. "Your father and mother and all of you are, as you used to call it in the Shadowlands, dead. The term is over. The holidays have begun. The dream is ended. This is the morning. Um, I remember what it felt like to be in school back in the day when it was the last day of school, and that absolute lightening of my soul to know that I had all summer just to be me and enjoy life. And when I read these, which I did not read till I was an adult, when they said that the term is over, the holidays have begun, the dream is ended, this is the morning. I have a hard time calling the Chronicles of Narnia spec fiction, but but it technically that's where it belongs. And so those words have kind of just given me hope about life in general, writing in particular, but life in general and our future. It's all going to be good. We're all going to be fine.
Yeah.
Wow, that's one we haven't had before, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's profound.
Yes, you know.
So,
Aaron, your question.
All right. Well,
number 8
I'm paying attention.
this time.
We kind of already talked about it, but what's up next for you?
I am finishing the third book. I should say I'm rewriting the third book that wasn't supposed to exist, but I need another 20,000 words at least. And now I have two books in print that are my structure and framework. So things that worked in book 3 before no longer work. So I have got to, and my bad guy needs to be worse. I and I've made promises now to readers, and I've gotten some
Yeah.
really nice reviews over on Amazon. I'd like to have a lot more, but I've
Wouldn't we
gotten some
all?
really good ones. I've I've gotten some great ones, and people are excited, and that's wonderful. And you're making a promise to your reader. In book three, it has to come together in book three.
Mhm.
So I'm working on that and just hoping and praying and doing what I can to see if I can't if that. I don't want them to finish the whole thing. That's happened to me. I've read a couple of books and oh, this is so good. I love this. And I get to book three and I'm like, really? This is what they came up with, you know?
Yeah.
So and I don't want that to happen. And then, of course, as I said, I've got the prequel going. It's great fun. I'd like to work on that, um, but I need to do this other right now. So that's what's happening.
Mhm.
Fair
Definitely
enough.
understand that. So sometimes it's like, but there's that project. I want to work on that one, but this one
Uh,
has to get written first.
Yep.
Yep.
I understand completely. I've been
Yeah.
in those shoes
I think
before.
we all do. Aaron went from writing a anime-inspired series to writing a different anime-inspired series.
The
Ah,
Or,
first one was more Star Trek, Star Wars inspired, but
yeah.
well, yeah. Well, I was talking about the where the bus lands in like a fantasy land or whatever it was. Anyway, I'm getting it wrong, but
No,
getting
that was
something
that
wrong.
was that little girl's house that had started off in Kansas and ended up somewhere else.
yes,
You're getting your stories. You're getting your authors mixed up.
I mean, two of us are in Kansas right now, so
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
out for falling
well, there is
houses then.
that.
I
Yes.
think it's the wrong season for that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so Dawn, where can we go to learn more about you and your body of work?
Oh, that would be that wonderful website I was just telling you about. It's dawnshipmanfiction.com. And yeah, I would love for people to come over there and check it out. I started writing blogs over there before I already got anything else going. And going back through all these blogs lately, I go, those are pretty good. um, and so, yeah, and all my contact information is there. And I would
Okay,
love to hear from people. Questions, answers, suggestions. Uh, Sign up
okay.
for my newsletter. We all say that, but I have a
yeah.
free short story from the world of Argonia for those who sign up, and I
Ooh.
promise not to bombard your inbox with meaningless trivia. Drivel, and trivia. Drivial.
Good term,
That's a good
Love
word.
that.
and it's a very pretty website. I
Mhm.
love the background image.
Yep, me
So,
too.
We'll have the link in the description below the video if you're watching it on YouTube or whatnot.
and I think that pretty much concludes the questions. Is there anything else you want to share about what's going on with writing and whatnot?
No, I'm just kind of someplace in my life that I'd hoped to be for a long, long time, and I'm finally there. Elk Lake has been great to work with. I have no, as Josh knows, I have no technical background. Well, I'm just bad. I worked at the library for a number of years, and people would, if you sit behind the desk at the library, they expect you when they walk in the door that you know.
Everything.
My kids got me this phone for Christmas, and I don't know how to use it, and I'm like, me
Me
neither.
either.
Um, so that was always kind of, and then I'd have to, and I was a supervisor, and I'd have to call the young people, the young
Mhm.
staff members to come. I go, they're going to talk about me over it during break. She gets
Ju-
paid more than us, and she
Just
doesn't know what she's doing.
just go grab a
But
random 5-year-old from the children's section. They'll be able to
yeah,
explain it.
pretty much, pretty much. So, but yeah, but so I did not want to self-publish. I just thought, no, 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 no. That will not work for me. I need, and to be honest, spec fiction in the Christian realm, it just doesn't sell that well. I mean, even some people that we all know that are awesome writers, incredible books, gotten contracts with our big name Christian publishers who are wonderful about lots of other things. They just don't sell. They don't sell.
Mm-mm.
So I thought, well, what does that mean? So this has just worked out. I found a small publisher um, that are just bent over backwards, and they're doing the editing. They're finding these wonderful covers for me. They're words of wisdom and advice and suggestions, and so I'm just very, very happy
Nice.
with where I'm at right now. And as with all of you, wish I was selling more books, but hey, it can still happen. So
Yes.
Mhm.
things are going well.
Yeah. Well, I know that our interviewed Travis Inman a
Oh
couple
yeah,
sessions
Yeah.
ago, and he's with Elk Lake as well. So
yes,
I think he had some pretty nice words to say about that publishing company as well.
they're great to work with. They're awesome. Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about their body of work, we can we'll have the link in the description as well to Elk Lake Publishing. So
Yeah, they've published a lot, and there's
Hmm.
every author's in there. You can look up by author and read what their books are and what's
Hmm.
about. And yeah, that's really, really cool. They've done a nice job on that.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
I know your covers would look amazing. So.
I love them.
Mhm.
I have friends that publish in the mainstream, both Christian and non-Christian market, and I tell these they give me a form, but what I would like to see, and done it. They find people that
Mhm.
and go, that's almost exactly what I had in mind, and I've just been thrilled. So
That's
very
nice when
yeah.
that
My
happens.
form would be
So.
super awesome cover that everyone loves. Poor artist to get that and go,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I actually have a story about that with one of my covers.
oh no.
I ended up hiring somebody to do my sci-fi romantic suspense book, and I don't remember giving him very specific items on what I wanted, but I kind of described the story and whatnot, and described where it happens, and he ended up basically, without me telling him to do it, putting on the cover exactly what was in my head.
Wow.
I have no idea how. So
Read your
it was
mind over the
amazing.
internet.
Apparently he did. So, but yeah, that's awesome that you can, just kind of describe what you want, and that's what they end up with. And as long as it's on
Yeah.
market, it's great. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've sure been happy with it. They've just
Mhm.
done an amazing job.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So, well, Dawn, I think we've reached the end of our questions, and I know you have some events to get to today.
Yeah.
So we're going to call it here. But thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been a delight to have you. And next time you have a new book out, just let us know, and we'd be happy to have you on again.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
wonderful. And thank you so much. Good to see you again, Josh, and you
Yeah.
too, Aaron. Okay, take care, guys.
So,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
bye bye.
Bye.
All right. Anything else we need to say before we hit the big button? Just bye.
Outro.
Yeah, I think that's it.